Hey everybody, welcome to Shadow LightWork. I am Michelle and this is your tarot message for Thursday, April 8th. I wanted to say February. Skipped right over March, went all the way back to February. Today is April 8th, 2021. Okay, so we've had some interesting messages this week about kind of being stuck in a situation. We saw earlier this week the reversed Chariot card, which indicates that there is something that is holding us back from proceeding, from moving forward. Even if we were moving forward within a situation that was taking us in two different directions, or having us address two different things at the same time, to juggle two different issues, be it internal, external, masculine, feminine. How do we approach the situation with assertiveness or with intuition and receptivity? Okay, so that's the setting for today's message. And I'm using two decks, the Divine Feather Messenger deck and the Medicine cards. So earlier, actually yesterday, yesterday afternoon I was out and about and taking a walk in nature, which I like to do. And there were a lot of little critters out. So lots of birds nesting near in a local park near the water. So we saw heron and geese. We saw woodpecker and turkey vulture. We saw rabbits. So all kinds of activity out there. And it wasn't really a long walk. So I thought we would tap into the realm of Gaia and nature to see what kind of message we get today. So we have a loon. Oh, there were ducks out there too. And they're all nesting right now. Of course, it's springtime. So I was with my dogs, so they were definitely leashed and under control, and we didn't go wandering around disturbing any nests. We just stayed on the path. It was a gorgeous walk. So what is... And this is high pollen season as well, so my apologies for frogginess and stuffiness. My allergies are acting up. Okay. And we have jaguar. Okay, and I'm not sure if jaguars... I'm going to take a look at the message of jaguar in reverse, because that's the way it kind of came out, but then I felt like I needed to flip it over. So let's recenter these guys. So we have loon and jaguar. Okay, so this is an interesting conversation. It's an interesting combination and an interesting conversation with these cards. So with the loon, the intent of today's reading was to just take a moment to see what kind of energy might be available, what kind of steps we can take for ourselves to help break up that logjam of the Chariot that we saw. So when it comes to any situation that's holding us back due to fear or questioning ourselves, self-doubt, anything that might have triggered us to doubt our path forward, the information in this reading or in this for today is what can we do to help right that situation, to get that forward momentum going again. Is there anything that we need to address for ourselves, internally or externally? Okay, so the loon, and this is interesting. Loon is a rather large water bird with tremendous swimming abilities, mostly associated with water element, which would be emotion, the emotional state of being. Loon sounds its haunting and primal cry during the in-between times of the day. Its call, sometimes sounding like a laugh, at other times a howl, is regarded as a true call of the wild. Many myths and stories describe the loon's cry as a wake-up call to a new state of consciousness. There are also tales concerning or connecting loon to the fairy world, dream realms, and astral travel. So the message that comes with loon is pay attention to your dreams, messages of guidance or drifting, and I would always say keep a journal by your bed for two reasons. Piece of paper and a pencil or a pen can accomplish two things. One, if you wake up in the middle of the night and have a dream and you want to remember it, record it, you can jot it down and then turn over and go back to sleep. And then it'll be there in the morning. The other thing too is if you're having trouble getting to sleep with your mind churning over an issue or a problem, or rehashing the day, just jot it down on that piece of paper and close your journal and say, you'll deal with it in the morning. It'll be there on the paper. You don't have to carry it around in your mind. You don't have to think about it anymore. You can pick it up and, if necessary, continue to deal with the issue tomorrow. But at least you'll be able to get it out of your head and temporarily, at the least, and then get some good rest, which is always best for dealing with issues. Let's see. So Jaguar. And Jaguar is about integrity and what Jamie Sams is describing as impeccability. Sacred Jaguar, teach me to wear my power lightly, to walk with impeccability, to approach life with compassion, and to live up to the integrity of my human potential. So when Jaguar came out, it came out in the reverse, and then I had the notion to flip him over. And that in itself gives me a message that we might need to read both sides of the card, or look at it from both sides. And it's not really a simple face-up or reversed message. So looking at the message from Jaguar in the upright, it says, if Jaguar is roaming your dream reality today, its primal roar may be rewarding you for maintaining your integrity in some situation where you could have easily misused your authority. You may have been unwilling to pass judgment on another. Were you especially kind to someone, or do a good deed that was unexpected? If so, allow the recognition to fill you up with feelings of well-being, and continue to serve with compassion and open-hearted integrity. It says, do not falter in your resolve to be your personal best at all time. Maintain your dignity, devotion, and compassion, holding to forthrightness and honesty, no matter what the contrary influences. So I would say that applies to both in the way that we treat others and in the way that we treat ourselves. So it would be just as much of an issue or problem if we sacrifice our integrity for another person, or if we compromise ourselves to be able to accommodate another person's desires for us. Okay, so in the contrary or the reverse position, and I'll read that passage, Jaguar takes on a new meaning. So if Jaguar is hanging upside down from the tree limb today, you may have created an enlightenment trap for yourself. Has the misuse of authority kept you from walking your path with impeccability? Have you betrayed your personal integrity to accommodate others? Are you engaged in some activity that lessens your potential? If so, call your spirit or energy back. Integrity requires forgiving, compassion, and mercy are also needed. Self-blame or pointing fingers at others only shows your own lack of integrity. So I'm going to wrap it up there and turn Jaguar right back up. So I would say in this issue, if you're having an issue this week with feeling stuck in a situation or having a little trepidation about proceeding forward, if your chariot is stuck in the mud, then do take some time, follow your truth, take the time to listen to your dreams, listen to your subconscious, and define what it is that you truly believe in, what's your impeccable truth, what's your path, and stick to that. You don't necessarily have to take those steps forward right now. This week, I think, is about turning that chariot around and getting it positioned for the journey forward. And in order to do that, we need to wrap up. Take the next few days before the new moon on Sunday and wrap up anything that's distracting us, keeping our attention away from what is most important to ourselves. Okay, I'm going to close the reading there and wish you a fabulous day, and namaste, and I will see you tomorrow.